I have completed my outline and rough draft in other Word or Pages documents. Now I am ready to put the whole essay together. I add my name, course date, essay number, and the word count. I always highlight that in yellow because I'm notorious for forgetting that, so I want to make sure that I have that highlighted when I complete the essay. Now I'm going to start with my title and my title image. There's my title, but I kind of want to make it more exciting than that, and of course I'll fill in the title name. I'm going to go up here to my font. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to look for a font I like better that I think is more exciting, and I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Now I'm going to add my title image, being careful not to use a logo or words. I've selected the image, but it's so tiny the reader couldn't possibly see that. I kind of sometimes like my title to be the same width as my image, and then I'm going to format that image just a little bit and kind of make it look kind of interesting. And I can just play around with these till I find one that I like. And now I'm ready to include my essay. Of course, I'm going to have to go back over here, back to Times New Roman 12 font, and I'm going to include my essay. I just added some dummy text in here. You can see this is a mess as it got in here, so I want to make sure that I highlight all that. I'm going to go up here to make it double spaced. Over here to justify the margins. Then I want to make sure, of course, that I indent the paragraph. And now I see that it's still just a mess. I just typed in some lorem ipsum text. It's the wrong font, so Times New Roman 12. And there it is. And I repeat the essay as I go through, adding more and more and more content. Now that I've completed my content and edited everything, I'm ready. Whoops, I see a gap. Need to go back and take that out. There's still a gap. So I want to make sure that I have all those gaps filled in. Oops. Here it is. I'm just backspacing to fill in those gaps. Now it's time for my Works Cited page. Let's take a look at that together. I've logged into EasyBib, and I see all of my citations in my project. First, I want to make sure that I check through and see that all of the citations are correct and that none of them are duplicates. If they are duplicates, then I want to make sure that I delete those. And I do that simply by clicking the three dots and clicking Delete the Citation. I've completed that process, and now it's time to finish my Works Cited, and I'm going to click Export All. I'm going to make sure that I select Word Export, and I'm going to wait, and I see that open up in my tray on my computer. I open that, give it a couple of seconds to open up in Word, as you can see. As soon as it opens, I enable editing. I give it one last look through. I see a problem. Do you see a problem? This one's different. Okay, so that's not a problem. Well, there's a big problem here. What in the world is this? This is behind the song that's right. So I just want to make sure that I put things where they belong. So that's going to get cut from there and brought up to the front. And now I have that. This is going to get indented, so it's all part of the same citation. And is it in alphabetical order now? Yes, it is. Except that this is all part of this is the group. So I'm going to cut it from there because the author should come first. Behind the song. Telstar. Uh-oh, now it's out of alphabetical order, isn't it? So we're going to have to take this citation, and I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to go down here to here. And it's going to go after this. And now it's all perfect. I simply go here now, take this, copy it, go back to my essay document, and I paste it right there. Uh-oh, I see a gap. Make sure I get all those gaps out of there. Somehow that translated with a gap. So now I look it over. It all looks good. Good. This one concerns me. Oh, this is the... Okay, so that is the actual... Well, all right, that's how they're listed. Okay, now, after I've completed that, I'm going to go ahead and add my outline to the bottom of the document. So let's pretend that I have completed this entire outline, that it's all detailed, that my own details are in here, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my content, and I'm going to go ahead and name this. And that's not in the right font, so we got to make sure that that is over here in Times New Roman 12. Go back over here to the margin, and there it is. Now I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to proofread everything, and I need to make sure that all my required images are in here. I probably already worked on those when I was creating my outline, but I want to go ahead and just make sure that I have all the images that are required. And I want to make sure, since I'm getting my images from Google, I want to make sure that I cite those in the essay, in my works cited. And as you can see, I can find this by going to that link, and if I cannot find the actual link of the image, I'll simply add this to my works cited to make sure that it's all completed. Of course, I want to make sure that all images are explained in the essay. Why would this essay not work? I mean, this image not work for my essay? That's right, because it's in black and white, and all of the other images that I've used for this essay are in color. This is a nice image in showing the reader exactly where the battle took place. I'm sure I've already done this, but I just want to double check all of my images before I complete the essay, make sure that all the images are crisp, clear. If one is framed, they are all framed. If they're framed one way, they're all framed the exact same way. And I want to make sure that I have all that completed. I want to demonstrate one thing. I've added this image, and look, it all looks goofy in here. So let's do this. We're going to click the image. Up here, we're going to click Picture Format, Position, and I want it to be in the center. Okay, so now I have to drag it up where I want it to go. I've got it all same exact size. I've got it all nice in there. And now I'm going to do the quick style. I'm going to make it look just like all the others. And now you can see here's my essay. Images are all placed interestingly. Uh-oh, this one needs to come down, doesn't it? Okay. And of course I've explained in the content what this image is and what it represents and so forth. And then this probably will end up going closer to the top so I can show the reader the route of the battle. There's my works cited. Beautifully done. There's my outline. And after I've proofread this, I'm going to add my word count. See why I do that? Because I always forget. Well, the word count shows 1090, but wait. that word count does not include my rough draft, and it doesn't include the first drafts of the outline. So I need to add those so I come up with a final word count. So I'm going to go ahead and just take that off. I have rough draft, rough outline, the final essay, and the final word count. And that's what I will be credited with, is this final number. I will save this as a PDF, and then I will go ahead and submit. I'm already not crazy about some of this. These pictures are too jumbled. So what do I do when the pictures are too jumbled like that and I can see that? Well, I'm going to take a look at it, and I'm going to show it smaller. Like this. Aha! So, actually, let's do this. That's the path of the battle. See how I can just manipulate and move these things around and make them look all nice. Now remember, of course, the content in the paragraph has already explained what the image is. I'm not just throwing it in there without any explanation. There we go. Nice. Look how pretty that is. You're still messing around, aren't you? Good. Okay. Time to save this as a PDF and submit it. That concludes this tutorial.